Greetings, classes. Welcome to my Logan Circle apartment virtually. I am choosing to record this for you today because I want to explain how the rest of the semester is going to go, explain what resources I can offer to you, and just basically generally make myself available and open up the semester again post spring break in this very, 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 very strange time. I just want you to know that I am here for you in whatever way that I can be. I'm going to lay out exactly how I can be, your professor, but I also want to be a resource in other ways. I want to make myself as available as possible. You all know how to get a hold of me, and we'll talk a little bit more towards the end of this about exactly, how we can do that. Okay, so I'm recording this for both social psychology and general psychology. So there's going to be some stuff that's relevant to both, and then some stuff that's relevant to just one or the other. So bear with me, but I guess I'm rationing video or whatever. So bear with me. Okay, so moving forward, all classes, exams exempted, which I will get to, but all classes I have chosen to do asynchronous, meaning we're not going to do Blackboard Collaborate or Zoom or any of those. I really, really grappled with this, and I want to just make sure you're aware of my decision-making process on this. I think it's more fair, or it's the most fair, given the crazy circumstances we're under, for all students. I realize I have students scattered across the globe. I actually gave my general psych class a poll on this, and 80% of general psych students preferred this method, this asynchronous method. So not, not all together, but rather I will be posting lectures with my narration, and maybe video. I don't know. We'll see. You get more view of my tiny little apartment. We'll see. But some kind of recording so that you can, in whatever time zone you're in whatever situation you're in, you can access the lecture. Of course, so I'll be posting these lectures. I'll post both just like the slides like I always do, and then I'll post the lectures with my jibber jabber over them on the days that we normally have classes. So for general psych, that's Tuesdays and Thursdays, and for social, that's just Tuesdays at the normal time. Exams for everybody will happen. They will, and those can't be asynchronous. Those have to be, all at the same time when we come together. They're going to be on Blackboard. All academic dishonesty codes still apply. So, no, I will hold you to the same standards of no cheating. I'm gonna be able to set it up so that your browser, you can't access other browser tabs during the test, and it will be timed. Those students who have DSS accommodations, there is a way that I can still allow, for several students it's extra time, so I can still allow that extra time for those who need it on Blackboard, but exams will be on Blackboard. Please, 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 again, the theme of this is I am available to you. Please reach out. But if you have any issues with, time zones or other extenuating circumstances, which is very possible, please email me, text me. All of my contact information is, of course, in the syllabus, and I will work with you. We'll work something out. I know these are basically everything's an extenuating circumstance right now. Okay, so class by class. So specifically for general psych and social, bear with me. It's only going to take like a minute. For general psych, participations. This is that, 80 points of your grade. Each participation has been worth 10 points. I have given 8 participations, so if you've done them all, then good on you, you're done. But I realize, some of you haven't been able to make it to every class, and that's fine. You can still make up all the participations. We're not, I'm not going to have any more, just to, relieve a little weight off of you. What I'm going to do, I had 5 more participations planned, so 50 points, 5 times 10. So what I'm just going to do is, Merry Christmas, I'm just going to give everybody those 50 points. So if you've done at least, I guess, 3 participations, then you're good to go. And my logic behind this is I'm choosing not to do participations anymore, and I'll just make the assumption that if I did them, then you would have completed them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add 5 participations, 50 points to everybody, and that'll be that. Other than that, for general psych, I'll post the lectures, as I said, every Tuesday and Thursday. And exams will be per the syllabus, and that's general psych. Social psych. Presentations. So student presentations. I already heard from Group 6, from Team Reading 6, on the aggression and gun study, one of my favorites. Awesome job, by the way. The slides look excellent. What I'm going to do is work with groups to, just like I'm recording lectures, I'm going to work with groups to record your lectures. And maybe that means you whittle it down to one presenter. Maybe you have savvy ways of incorporating multiple presenters. But for group 6, 7, and 8, I will be in touch with you, and we can work on ways to record your very valuable presentations, and which I will, of course, then post to Blackboard as well. Book assignment for social psych, that is still due. I had extended the deadline already, and the deadline stands, so that the updated deadline for that is March 31st. That's the mistakes were made, but not by me. Book assignment. Hopefully you are enjoying that book, and it's useful in times like this to understand cognitive dissonance. And I hope you enjoy it. Other than that, for social, the critical thinking assessment is it's my birthday on April 7th. That will be posted to Blackboard. Kate, your TA, is working on optimizing that for Blackboard. And then the final, this goes for both classes, both general and social. The final is the usual, university, the date that the university posted. Okay, so for both classes, I will, I know we're all scattered about and have other things on our minds, but for both classes, I'll send email reminders before exams, I don't know, a day or 2 or so, just to remind you, because I know things are weird. Send email reminders. Office hours. So obviously, I'm not in the office. This is not my office. And we're not at Froggy Bottom Pub because pubs are closed. So I will hold, because we're not doing interactive classes, and I want, again, to be a resource, I will hold virtual office hours. And the way that I've decided to do this is I'll do it from here, from my apartment, and I will send out links, for Google Hangout. I'll send out Google Hangout links at the beginning of office hours. I'm still going to hold them Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll say 5:15, because I know one of them's 5:30, one's 5:15. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5:15. I'll send emails out. I'll send the links to the Google Hangouts, so we can gather virtually for those who choose. You can ask, as with all office hours, you can ask questions about psychology, you can ask questions about class, and we can just talk about life and how crazy everything is. So everything's on the table during office hours, but that's when I'll do it. So 5:15 Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll send Google Hangout links, and they'll last, I don't know, till 6:30 or so. I'll just sit in the room twiddling my thumbs if I have to, but yeah, I want to be available to you. Also, I realize, again, I want to, make options available to as many people as possible and as many time zones and whatever as possible. So I will also offer office hours by appointment. We can FaceTime, we can, Skype, chat, text, whatever. Whatever works for you. So, in closing, this is a wild time. I realize this. Everything is uncertain. We know, as psychologists, we know that uncertainty, lack of control, feelings of isolation, need for belonging, all of these are under threat right now and are violated, and they're intense human needs. And I just want to say, there are, I don't know how your other professors feel about this, but I recognize that there are many, many things that are much bigger than school right now. And I want to be your partner in this and work with you as much as possible and make this as painless as we can. I'm not here to make your life more difficult. In fact, I want to make it better if I can. I took the liberty of drawing up it's always the psych professor, but Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Here you go. I feel like one of those late night hosts who's like, they're very analog graphics right now. But Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? We've talked about this a little bit in both classes, but basically his theory is you kind of have to meet like the lower level needs before being able to even begin to address the others. And I would say, enlightenment and academics and school and learning, they can be kind of like the higher order needs, right? And without addressing the lower level needs, then we can't be bothered to address the upper level needs. So I just, as your psych professor, want to recognize that, some of us might be kind of concerned right now about more like the physiological needs, safety needs, kind of just the basics that some of us might be there. We might, feel under financial stress or health-related stress, or really any number of physiological or safety level stressors. So when you're down there and you're addressing those needs, then kind of the upper level ones take a back seat, and I recognize that. Belonging, love, those needs. Some of us are working on those right now, like in isolation. And those can, when those are under threat, then, dealing with esteem needs, kind of higher level giving to the world or self-actualization certainly take a back seat. So I recognize that we are all in different places in this pyramid, and I want to meet you where you are and work with you in that sense. So we're all in this together, even though technically physically apart. Please, again, use me as a resource to the extent that you want, or don't. I don't care, but I'm here. And my cell phone number, the number that's in the syllabus, is my personal cell phone number. I am trusting you with it. With great power comes great responsibility. And so use it. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Cell phone, email, I don't know, carrier pigeon, whatever it is. I'm here for you. We're going to get through this. And yeah, I guess I'll talk to you soon. Love you all.